Next up, Halloween Kills. Hit it.
From the crypt, from the crypt.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to From the Crypt. I'm Derek. It's October, spooky season. My favorite time of the year to watch horror movies I haven't seen or horror movies that I've seen like 100 times that I watch year round. Doesn't matter. I love horror movies. I'm going to go ahead and say, Jacob and I have previously talked about these films. It was a couple years ago, and I just wanted to do a more updated take, especially after recent rewatches of them from a couple days ago. But, as I already alluded to, Halloween Kills was directed by David Gordon Green, and this was released on October 15th of 2021. This movie is very, very divisive amongst the Halloween fans and the Halloween fan base, which is kind of a common theme for the next entry as well. But before I even start talking about the film, I just want to say and preface, I understand why people have the gripes and complaints that they have about this movie. It's not that I don't see them. I see it. Hearing Evil Dies Tonight 40 times in the movie can be really annoying. But the gripes that people have with the film, they honestly don't bother me that much. So I can understand it, but it doesn't affect my viewing. At least to the extent that it does other people. So, with that being said, actually, hold on one second. I forgot something. A few moments later. Sorry, had to wear something a little more appropriate. Okay, we've got spoilers for a 4-year-old movie incoming. You have been warned. Super quick plot synopsis. Michael continues on his rampage on Halloween of 2018. Who is in Halloween Kills? Jamie Lee Curtis as Laurie, Judy Greer as Karen, Andy Matichak as Allison, Anthony Michael Hall as Tommy Doyle, which I will say, I have had the pleasure of meeting Anthony Michael Hall. Total sweetheart. Loved him to death. Met him back in 2010. And then James Jude Courtney as The Shape. So, what's good about Halloween Kills? The score. It's weird to say. Out of the three, I think the Kills score is more in third place for me. That's not a bad thing, though. Like I will say in other videos, scores it's like a 9-1, 9-2, 9-3. They're all so close together and easily most consistent. Good aspect about all three films. Hawkins being alive was a surprise. And considering the fact that I enjoy Will Patton, I was all for it. The opening, well, not opening, but the flashback sequence, awesome. Looked great. Looked like 78, 100%. It established an address for the Myers house. It also established that Hawkins couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, but I guess 2018 kind of did that. My partner's being strangled and choked. I'm going to try and shoot the leg, and hopefully it goes through and hits the killer's leg, but this man was he may as well have turned that gun sideways and kill shot. But the actor that they did the prosthetics and makeup on, look, for Loomis, spot on. Looked really good. And one thing I saw in a video not too long ago is that people were complaining that, Michael was just outside, yeah, I'm done. Even a deranged killer knows when it's over. And when there's, 15 cops with guns drawn on you, you're done. You're done. I like the fact this does pick up right where Halloween 2018 left off. 100%. No gap. You can watch these back to back. I'm sure people have edits of them together, which I would really love to get my hands on. So if anybody knows, comment, message me about it. Before I go any further in talking about this film, I have to just say, the kills. The fucking kills in this movie. Oh my God. They are brutal and they just kick ass. I'm also like, you see that right there? That should be a warning of how I want my kills in a movie. And this one does a fucking fantastic job of it. The firefighter sequence. Like, the second that guy falls through the floor and then Michael rolls the gate up, looking burnt, looking pissed as fucking ever. But when Michael gets upstairs, if you sync that up, because you could sync that up like perfectly with Hero by Chad Kroeger and Josie Scott, you've got solid gold. I remember one that I did and I sent to Toby. It was perfect because right when Michael's like turning the saw blade around and hitting the firefighter with it, it's when Chad Kroeger's hitting the like, oh, it just, oh my God, it just works so good. This in my mind is a pissed off Michael Myers throughout this whole movie. And I love every fucking second of that. Because some of them, you like, even in 2018, you could almost interpret like, oh, that's playful. Like, oh, he made the cop's head into a jack-o'-lantern. That is just playful. This is like, no, this dude's getting slumped over the counter and I'm just burying fucking knives in his back. Like, no playfulness by any means. I also do really, really, like, this is my favorite look of Michael Myers in the Halloween franchise. Just the, you know, his overalls are kind of burnt. His mask is definitely burnt. I mean, yeah, you can, wait, that's ends. This one is kills, and then that one's 2018. And then just a random fiend mask in between because I couldn't fit the other ones up there. But I love Michael Myers' look in this fucking movie. I mean, come on. Perfect. I also like that they went a different route with this because you got to think we've had Halloween 1, which Halloween 1 is maybe, like, I know it's like the jumping off point, so you don't know Michael's going after Laurie. So we'll exclude that. Halloween 2, he's going after Laurie. Halloween 4, he's going after Laurie's daughter because Laurie is dead. Same with 5. Then 6, he's still going after her. But now that he's killed her and she's had a kid, he's got to go after that kid. Halloween H2O, he's going after Laurie. Where does Halloween Resurrection start off? Oh, with shit, who would have guessed it? Michael going after Laurie. Those other ones aren't in this, blah, 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 blah. I'm just making the point that by them saying he wasn't going after Laurie, he's trying to go home or whatever, may not be the best reason, but it is different from literally every other fucking entry of the movie. So I like that we kind of got swerved because even Laurie, like in Halloween 2000, he's waited 40 years. He's waited for me. No, he hasn't. He doesn't give a shit about you. You're just some chick that got away. Whatever. He's doing Michael Myers things. Like, whatever. I mean, it even said, like Allison says, it wasn't Michael. Like, it wasn't Michael's obsession. It was Sartain's obsession. Because Sartain was the one who made sure he got, like, we'll say roughly within a quarter mile. Maybe eighth of a mile less. I don't know. Judging distances, not my thing. Not good depth perception by any means. So, yeah, I like that they were doing that. Because Laurie was still convinced he's coming after me. Allison knew what the fuck was up and was like, no, he wasn't coming after Laurie. So, I love that they did that in this film. And also, Sartain puts on his best performance in this movie. As just a foot with a tag. I hated Sartain in 2018. I kind of previously mentioned the older couple right after Michael escapes and kills the firefighters. Just the way, like, he pulls the dude through. Because 9 times out of 10 in these movies, they just pull him through and then they do their business on the floor. No, he pulls him through enough and then pulls him down onto the glass and you see it coming out the neck. Just awesome stuff all around. Evil Dies Tonight. It's cool. Like, I mean, just you hear it once. Yeah, it is cool. It does lose its magic each time that it is said, though. So that's why I said I understand people's gripes with it. It just doesn't bother me as much as other people. They're not wrong for thinking that. I get it 100%. Big John, Little John, two of my favorite characters in the Halloween franchise, just because of how awesome they are. I enjoyed these characters so much that when I was still at Walmart, I had so many Johns or Jonathans working on my team that literally I had to name one of them Big John, one of them Little John. Just so, like, I didn't have to... John. Oh, damn it. All right. Loved him. And that is just a sign of appreciation. Because, obviously, I'm friends still to this day with both of them. Still talk to them whenever I'm in the store. Dennis, the kid. He was a total fuckhead. And he got what was coming to him. I said what I said. I can get behind the concept of mob justice. I really, truly can, because I don't know if you could see underneath all the other stuff. There's Freddy oh, damn. We got Nightmare on Elm Street 3 right there. How did the parents of Springwood handle Freddy Krueger? Mob justice. They burned him alive. So I can get behind people grouping together, mob mentality, which, let's go ahead and say, when you kind of get into a mob and get that mentality, your real actual intelligence kind of drops to the herd level, you know? But they should have had some more communication. But like I said, that ties into the intelligence, like dipping solid few levels down. Like, hey man, we're at Michael's house. Come here. We think he's here. Get more people over there and then go in. There's a raiding party. Instead, we'll get to that here in a little bit. I promise. The playground scene. You can scream at your TV because of the decisions that are made during this, or the shots that some of them are taking. I 1000% understand that. But also, when we are making these not even snap judgments, when we're just judging it, we have the advantages of being in our house, safe, watching it. Marion is old, scared out of her mind. And she's really fucking old. So I'm not super critical on it. Don't get me wrong. I am definitely one of those people that's like, why the fuck would you do that? But I have that understanding that, like, people act differently in certain situations. But when the doctor gets it in that scene, and just the way the knife goes in and just his... like the way his mouth is moving and everything, it's just awesome. Like, you cannot say that is not awesome. Big John's death, brutal as fucking awesome as shit. And then the knife in the pit, dude, like that, is it weird that I think that's the worst part rather than getting his eyes gouged out? Comment it down below. But yeah, the armpit part gets me. And then the eyes being gouged out is just the cherry on top, I guess. Allison and Cameron in the house when they're looking for Michael after Lonnie goes in by himself, stupidly. Tense as fuck. I don't know. I guess maybe they're just tunnel visioning it. I think I would have seen Lonnie's head just actively scanning everything, because I'm not like looking down at the ground. I'm gonna be looking more upward. Oh, hey, there's a head up there. I don't know how they missed that one. We'll say tunnel vision. But that whole sequence is just awesome. Cameron gets the fucking shit fucking killed out of him. Like I mean, his larynx and everything in his throat broken. Every vertebrae in his neck broken. And then just the fucking twist at the end. And Allison is kind of a badass. Like, let's give Andy Matichek her flowers right now, because she comes out, she knows this guy's a fucking killing machine, tries to shoot him, misses, and then busts out that knife, and then she's getting stabs in. He is unfucking phased, and then he hucks her down the stairs. She tears or breaks something, not 100% what the medical diagnosis was on that, but then she's even still standing down there. Come get me, motherfucker. She's badass. Absolute badass. Love the way Like, some of her dialogue's a little clunky in the movie. Michael Myers has haunted this town for 40 years. And then I've kind of already forgot the rest of it because it's not the world's greatest writing. But just what she does with the character, she's awesome. Absolutely awesome. And Karen, too. Just coming in out of nowhere with the fucking pitchfork. I would have put the pitchfork in, held him down, and then a few more stomps on the neck until I'm like 1,000% sure that I have separated his head from his body. But once again, safety of my own house. I'm not in the situation. What's bad about Halloween Kills? Or what's not anywhere near as good? We'll say that. The door kick that leads to the headshot in the playground scene. Yeah, that kind of loses me. She's just... she's already having a hell of a time fucking getting the recoil, and then she thinks she's gonna one-hand it, and then the door, boom. That I was like, we could have done something a little bit better there. 100%. Now, as I've kind of already said a little bit, the dialogue is a little clunky and cheesy at times. Once again, it never bothered me as much as it did other people. If you hadn't been trained by Loomis over the course of literally the rest of this franchise for some kind of cheesy, like, would somebody really say that kind of thing? Then I don't know what to tell you. Because I guess so I was prepared from that. The chase in the hospital of Mr. Tivoli. Now, as I kind of already said, mob mentality, everybody's intelligence is lower. People chanting the same thing, evil dies tonight. Sorry, I've said that like 3 or 4 times in this review. Hopefully people aren't pissed about it. Them chanting doesn't bother me because I understand when people are pissed off and scared, they are easy to manipulate. I could sit there and I could have been in that crowd and just started chanting poop, fart, fiddle. Not a very good chance, but there's still a chance that they would start poop, fart, fiddle, poop, fart, fiddle. I mean, people were literally sheep. Even Lori calls them that. It's like, oh, it's not Michael. It's not Michael, you fucking sheep. And then, dude gives her like a knee or runs into her. She's all fucked up from 2018. When people are scared and angry, they are very easy to be manipulated, very easy to be led. Once they're wound up, even reason cannot unwind them. I know, once again, from the safety of my own house, if Laurie Strode was sitting there telling me, hey, that's not Michael Myers, I know I would want to think I'm going to be like, okay, all right, I'm going to help you stop these people, and we'll start converting more people to the right side. Once they want blood, they're not going to stop until they get blood. The overall sequence, while I can justify why, it is still a down point in the movie. Lonnie has his son and girlfriend come with him, hunting an escaped murderer, and then decides to fly solo at the last minute. First off, you shouldn't have had your kid with you. So, and he even is like, I brought my kid. I'm an idiot. Yeah, you kind of fucking are, Lonnie. Get your ass out of there. Yeah, Lonnie shouldn't have went into the Myers house. Should have listened to Loomis from 40 years previously. But then going in by himself instead of, like, I don't know, calling Tommy or calling literally anybody and being like, hey, I need some backup. We're at the Myers house. Stupid. Dumb. I will definitely say, I have never enjoyed the mob beating Michael. The second part of it. The first part, it's whatever. People are like, oh, the Iron Maiden of Haddonfield. People get fucking wound up. They're ready to go. They want blood. If they don't have a weapon, they'll find something. Anything can be a weapon. I would like to bring a better weapon, but she had an iron. It is kind of funny. I will definitely say that. When Michael gets his second wind, like after Brackett is getting ready to shoot him, and he grabs the back and then slits his throat, I hate the way the film is, I hate the way that scene is filmed. Like, just the black screen, it's like, no, don't do that. Like, I don't know. That's been, like, my biggest thing that I'm like, I don't like that. And I wish Tommy would have got a good shot in on him and put up a fight for a little bit, but I understand that Michael is this larger-than-life killing machine and Tommy is just a man. And then the last thing, and I don't know how I never like fully pieced this one together. So at the end of the movie, when Karen is going upstairs, there are just EMTs down there because the cops are all over town and at the fucking hospital. It was literally just EMTs. Karen screams when Michael starts stabbing her and killing her. The doors are wide open. The room door is wide open. The downstairs door is wide open. There's a lot of noise outside, but that still doesn't fully justify nobody coming up to check and then Michael having time to take a phone call. I will say they could have done that a little bit differently. Like maybe if he just like she's just standing there and then he just like slits her throat, something. Not as like, because Michael's looking brutal during that. Like you can tell he's pissed. And I get it. She stabbed him in the back with a pitchfork, took his mask, led him to slaughter. He's letting some fucking frustration out. There could have been something done differently to aid that. So, rewatch by review. Would I rewatch Halloween Kills? Yes. It is one of the 4 for my most rewatched of the franchise. I love Halloween Kills, if you could not tell. Would I buy Halloween Kills? Already have. What score would I give it? I'm going to give it a 9. And I know people are like, man, you had way more complaints about this than 2018. Yeah, it has its flaws. I'm not saying it doesn't. I'm not saying it's perfect. But its positives far outweigh the negatives for me. Because, once again, the stuff that bothered most people didn't really bother me all that much. And that will do it for Halloween Kills, guys. Make sure to comment your thoughts down below. Let's have a civil talk. All right, come on. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed yourself, or probably a dislike if you didn't. Like I said, this movie is very divisive, and Halloween fans, we can get a little heated in comments, but I'm always down for fun, friendly discussion. We can have differing opinions and still have a good conversation. So, yeah, consider subbing if you haven't already. And, yeah, until next time, have a good one, guys.
From the crypt, his voice will rise, a hymn